Hello there everybody, Sabanai2 aka Nightmare, and once again welcome back to Rose Guns Day's last season. In the last episode, we finally managed to convince Wayne of what the hell is going on, as well as, well, reunion with Leo. Keith is on the hunt for Leo now, which is relatively bad. That's definitely a very bad thing that's currently going on right now. However, they have successfully secured and saved Rose somewhat. I'm not entirely sure if it's 100% because where he left off, they literally just opened up the elevator, but I don't know. I'm very apprehensive. First off, I'm happy that Leo and Rose got to reunite, but goddammit, I know Ryukishi. I know what he's capable of. So, let's just tear it off like a band-aid. Come on. Okay. The elevator arrived in the lobby. The guards were still flirting with the four wandering dogs by the sofa. They'd skillfully drawn out the price negotiations to buy time. Leo and Wayne hid Rose behind them, but still walked boldly across the lobby without any signs of rushing. The guards were completely in their own little world. There were no signs that they noticed anything. Hey, stop that, mister. Come on, just go a little lower with that price.
Oh, I love the scent of a mature woman.
Now's your chance. Everyone, even Zell?
He read your letters and came back. They did some investigating and discovered that Richard-san had taken over Primavera. Your pumpkin carriage is waiting outside. We'll escort you to the ball in that. Oh, pardon me. He had bumped into a passing drunk woman. The staggering woman clung to Leo. You've had too much to drink, miss, but your flushed cheeks have a charm of their own.
Oh my.
What are you doing, Leo? Wayne grumbled, but Rose's escape was their first priority. He continued to escort Rose, passing through the revolving doors and going outside. A hotel man noticed him and opened the taxi door. At that moment, the hotel man jerked unnaturally, a splash of blood flying from his head. Yep, he's already here. Both Rose and Wayne instantly realized it was a gunshot. Rose crouched down on the spot while Wayne pulled out his handgun and leaped out from behind the car. The bullet had been fired from straight in front of them. There was no doubt that the enemy was on the opposite side of the taxi. However, there was nothing beyond the taxi but an inky darkness. There was no trace of anyone there. Wayne dashed out and looked around, thinking the enemy might be aiming from behind the fountain, but he couldn't sense any trace of them. The next instant, an invisible Reaper's blade descended and scraped Wayne's shoulder. Wayne sensed the Reaper and dove behind a flower bed. It's a sniper! Rosan, don't get out from behind the car!
You stay there too, Wayne-kun. We don't know where the enemy is.
The next bullet caught the panicked taxi driver in the head. Rose is all alone, pinned down behind the taxi. What's all that about? The guards noticed the disturbance. However, because of the reflection on the glass, it was almost impossible to see out into the darkness from inside the bright lobby. So, they still didn't know about Madame Rose, but Zell mercilessly attacked first. Using her assassin's ability. Damn! Oh boy, that bar's going down real fast. Whew. Okay, good. KO. I'm already expecting death.
Let me smack him too. I'll show you a mature lady.
Whoa! Rose!
It's a sniper. You mustn't come this way.
As Zell tried to race towards the revolving door, a bullet buried itself in the floor at her feet. The enemy probably didn't plan it holding back. Of course, that bullet had probably been aimed at Zell's heart or head. Everyone, hide! What should we do? Where are they shooting from?
It's no use. It's dark outside and the glass is acting like a mirror.
If they tried to gaze out through the glass in this brightly lit room, all they saw were their own faces. Meanwhile, Keith is just doing this shit again. However, aiming at that bright interior from the darkness of the night was a different story entirely. To Keith, it was the perfect sort of sniping battle.
You small fry can just back off. I want to fight Leo Shishigami.
There was now no one to be seen through his scope. However, he was fully aware of where everyone was hiding, and none of them could stick their heads out from behind cover, not even a little bit. Keith's bullet slammed into the taxi. He didn't seem to be trying to pierce the taxi and hit Rose. It felt more like he was trying to shoot randomly around the trunk to threaten her. Wayne used that time to quickly gaze about, but he couldn't even find gunshot flames. They were getting swallowed up by the flashing lights of the nighttime downtown area. It's this shit again. It's exactly what he did to Meishu, and he's just doing it all over again. Damn! Even if I found him, there's nothing I can do with a small gun like this. That's right. Leo, that gun! We should be able to hit the enemy with that hunting rifle.
I know. It's like God can be considerate.
Leo returned after grabbing the hunting rifle from the elevator. It even had a scope. Its range and accuracy were probably on par with Keith's. But Leo's not a sniper, is he? But there was nothing they could do. Even though they could be seen through this glass in the middle of the night, it just looked like a mirror to them.
That's right. If we could break the glass.
Look at the bullet just landed at my feet. So they're using good glass.
They must have been using pretty sturdy glass. There was a hole in the glass about the size of a finger, but there was no trace of cracks radiating from it or anything to suggest it might shatter.
We can't see outside, and we don't know where they're shooting from. We're stuck, aren't we?
Yeah, we've got to wait for our chance.
Are we ever gonna have a chance like that?
Yes, before long. The sun will rise.
Leo spoke casually as though none of this concerned him. Jun couldn't help but look exasperated, but this was the ironclad law of dealing with snipers. Leo knew all about it. Whoever acts hastily loses. Whoever makes time become their ally wins.
We're gonna wait until morning? That'd be nice.
It takes a lot of endurance to maintain a sniping position. On the other hand, we just have to lie down and wait. Time is on our side.
I guess. That's a legendary Leo for you. He's so calm. I get it. If it's dark, we just gotta wait until morning. It's just like playing wit.
You aren't serious, are you? Oh, I'm pretty serious.
Leo picked up the hunting rifle, stretched, and looked around.
Yeah, could someone find me a pillow? And I don't want to get sunburned. And a parasol would be nice too.
Leo, are you serious?
I'm fairly serious. All right. We'll be busy welcoming guests, so I'll be counting on you.
Huh?
Back up. The elevator chime rang and the men they tied up earlier came dashing out. They'd apparently gathered the other guards on that floor. There were 10 of them in total.
There's the bastard! I'll make you pay for what you did back there!
Everyone hide!
Oh, fucking hell, mate. Oh shit, we gotta dodge the bullets, mate. Oh. Okay. Woo. This is bullet hell in hard mode.
Ladies, can you use guns?
Well, we're nowhere near your level. It's okay, Zell. I'm ready too. Like always, I'm more suited to this guy than guns.
Glad to hear it. All right, kids, show them what you got.
Damn right. God, Leo looks so fucking cool. I about had a minor heart attack there for a moment. Now the real question is, does Leo still possess the power of, like, main character plot armor, or is he going to die and Keith's gonna get his way? Oh, shit! Shit, I'm battling his Keith now, fuck. Damn it! He's got me totally pinned down! Fuck!
Wayne-kun, you're not needed here. Leo Shishigami, finish off the small fry there already and play with me.
The gun Keith held wasn't his favorite, that modified experimental Soviet gun. That gun was normally a reliable military weapon, but after Keith's thorough customization of it, it had become delicate. At the time Richard ordered him to go to Shizuoka, his gun was in the middle of an overhaul at a gunsmith. What he was holding now was a bolt-action sniper rifle, also of Soviet make, called a Mosin Nagant. Its capabilities were probably far inferior to his favorite gun. However, its performance had been tested over and over again in live combat, making it a suitable replacement for his favorite gun.
Love bolt actions. They shoot tighter. Feel sharper than an automatic. Come on, how long you gonna keep playing, Leo Shishigami? When fighting a sniper, whoever has time on their side wins. That's right, everyone knows that. Are you trying to keep me on edge and wear me out? You think time's on your side, don't you? However, I can also make time become my ally.
The 7.62 by 54R bullets Keith had incredible piercing power. It can easily pierce through the body of a taxi, which was a civilian car. At first, Wayne thought he was just doing that to pin Rose down, but before long he noticed the sniper's terrifying plan. He's gonna blow up the car, isn't he?
Don't tell me! That bastard!
Kaboom! This time there was a slightly different sound than before. Realizing what this meant, Rose went pale.
There's fuel leaking.
Damn! Is he planning to blow up the whole taxi?
The fuel streaming out of the car began to form a puddle. If he let it spread out enough and evaporate enough before shooting it, there'd be a huge fireball. However, Rose couldn't escape from behind the car. If she jumped out, she'd be shot between the eyes instantly and it'd all be over.
What should I do, Wayne-kun?
If he drew the enemy's fire and even one shot missed, there should be time for Rose to run out from behind the car. However, how can he create that diversion? The most effective way would be to leap out from behind cover and become a decoy himself. But the enemy was too damn accurate. The mere act of creating that distraction would mean throwing his life away. Furthermore, there was no guarantee that this distraction would be long enough for Rose to escape. The enemy was extremely talented. Even his second shot would come with unparalleled precision and speed, too.
Damn it!
After being close to death on so many occasions, he knew what this sulfur smell meant. If he jumped out, he'd die, and he wouldn't save anyone by doing it. But at this rate, Rose would die when the car exploded. I've gotta do it. How can I just sit here until Rose-san gets blown away?
Wayne-kun? Stop, don't be hasty.
But at this rate, you'll be...
That's right, Wayne-kun. That's just how we were on that day. Yuji-kun was shot and we didn't have a moment to lose. But if we jumped forward, we'd die. But if we stayed there and watched, he'd die for sure. There's nothing you can do.
Funny you mentioned back to that, considering you're literally no different than those people that took Stella away from you.
After all, even with all my genius, there was nothing I could do!
All the enemies who had forced their way into the lobby had been defeated, and Leo's group already knew what was going on outside. Even the wandering dogs had never learned how to fight against snipers. They kept hiding behind cover, holding back their urge to leap out. As Keith had said, the situation was the same as that day 1 year ago. Rose was being pinned down by a sniper, couldn't move and was fated to die if she stayed put, just like Yuji. Leo and Wayne, hiding behind cover, were just like Keith and Stella had been. And ironically, the gun he was using now was a Mosin Nagant. That's right. It was the same gun that had shattered Stella's skull, liquefying her brain.
Stella, when you dashed out from behind cover, you said Leo Shishigami would definitely be able to do something like this, about this. Was I unable to save you because I'm not Leo Shishigami? That's wrong. Even Leo Shishigami can't save anyone in this situation. I'll prove it! You were wrong. I'm no worse than him! No one could have saved you, Stella. Not even you, Leo Shishigami!
We can't stop the fuel pouring out. If it spreads anymore. What should we do? That's right, if we create some kind of smoke screen.
Hey, maybe we can pop open a fire extinguisher and save the madam somehow.
Don't be so rash. They can see us perfectly through the glass. Even if you had a tool to create a smoke screen, you just get shot as you try to get close to Madame Rose.
That's right, girls. Acting rash against a sniper won't get you anywhere.
Leo casually leaned against the counter that the hotel employees were hiding behind, smoking a cigarette. He was in the back of the lobby. It was just barely out of Keith's line of fire. Leo probably planned it that way.
Leo-san, you said it yourself a second ago, right? Whoever has time as their ally will win. But right now it's the enemy that has time on their side. At a time like this, waiting for an opportunity just worsens our situation, right?
Not at all.
What on earth should we do?
Calm down, miss. I'm fighting all right. He's not the only one who's using time to improve his situation.
Do you know what he's talking about?
I'm too dumb to have a clue.
Well, wait a minute. I'm starting to think that, he briefly got to meet Keith. So, I imagine with Leo's wartime experience, he'd probably know what kind of person Keith was at a glance. So, that might be a bit too much of a stretch to say that Leo completely knows his opponent. So what I'm guessing is he's probably using his own wartime experience, because I'm guaranteeing that Leo in his wartime experience had to deal with snipers. He's had to deal with them before. So he's probably using that as his experience. If he's already figured out one of Keith's blind spots, then he probably has a very good idea of where Keith even is. I think.
Do you understand, Leo Shishigami? Time is already on my side. Once the fuel leak has spread enough, it's game over.
Don't you do it! Don't you lose patience, no matter what, okay?
But Rose-san, at this rate...
If you get shot, I'm going to run over to you, okay? And then I'll get shot and killed too. So don't you even think about sacrificing yourself to save me.
Then what should I do?
We have Leo-kun with us. He's telling us to wait for the right time.
Wait for the right time? From where Wayne was, he could clearly see the brightly lit lobby through the glass. Inside, he could see Leo casually smoking a cigarette, relaxing at the back of the lobby. Leo! What's he standing around for? He probably already has a plan in action then. Because... Wait a minute. Of course, Leo wouldn't play dumb and pretend to ignore them. If he'd wanted to abandon Rose, he would have escaped out the back door long ago. However, since he was there, it meant he was confronting this situation, fighting without running away. It felt as though Leo met his gaze.
Don't be rash, kid. It felt like he was saying that.
He could feel his overheated head slowly cool down. Leo is... yes, that Leo is... waiting there calmly. There's no way he doesn't have a plan. He's waiting for something. This is no time for someone like me to get impatient and complicate the situation. Oh.
Wayne-kun!
I'm okay now. Leo is calm. How could I not believe it? After participating in that night with him.
What's with these people? Why aren't they getting impatient?
On the other hand, Keith was clearly losing his cool. Even though he should have been cornering them with the deathly hourglass, the fuel spilling from the taxi's gas tank, they showed no signs of impatience. On the contrary, they were clearly regaining their calm. Wayne, who kept peeking over this way whenever he had a chance, had now gone completely quiet.
How were they able to regain their calm? How? When I couldn't get Stella to regain her calm!
Leo, I went and borrowed one. What? You actually got a parasol?
Thanks, Jean. Jean had borrowed a large parasol that was used in the cafe terrace. Oh, that explains why Jean was missing. Leo lifted it up easily and opened it.
Don't tell me you said time was on our side because she was looking for that. I see. So you can use that to block the enemy's line of sight and grab the madam.
That's too reckless! It'd never work.
It certainly was a large parasol. It could probably cover Leo's entire body. But the enemy was no fool, and a parasol could never stop a bullet. The first bullet might only graze his shoulder, if he was lucky, but by the second or third bullet, something would definitely hit him. What is your plan with this?
Don't tell me you plan to rush forward with that.
That's impossible, absurd, reckless. I didn't go searching for that so you could kill yourself.
No one's stupid enough to plan ahead for their own death.
The puddle of leaking fuel was now starting to expand out beyond the bottom of the car. It made it clear that the deathly hourglass's time had come.
See? You couldn't do anything. Stella, you were wrong. Even Leo Shishigami couldn't have saved you. Let's go. Good kids shouldn't try this at home.
Leo lifted the open parasol. Then he rushed forward.
He moved. Look, even Leo Shishigami couldn't do anything but dash forward recklessly. Even if that parasol blocks my view of his body, it could never stop a bullet.
The open parasol raced through the lobby, dashing towards the revolving door. Of course, Keith's scope followed it all the way. The instant he realized he hadn't hit anything, he understood. What a cheeky trick. He threw an empty parasol. It was a decoy! Keith quickly ejected the shell. He chambered the next bullet. Pulling the bolt back, it sent the smoke shell casing flying. To Keith, this always seemed to happen in slow motion, as though it was moving underwater. The beautiful metal shell spun gorgeously through space. Leo didn't waste that small gap in time caused by the bolt action. This time he lifted up the hunting rifle and dashed forward. Where to? Behind the parasol he had thrown. Behind the parasol that Keith's bullet had drilled through. So Keith could clearly see Leo running towards him through the small bullet hole.
Useless! I'll finish you off with this. You don't even have a clue where I'm shooting from! Gotcha. Your window's open.
Through the hole in the parasol, he saw Leo's eye peeking at him through the scope of Leo's gun. His gaze clearly met Keith's.
Are you kidding me?
There was a bullet hole through the parasol. There was also a bullet hole through the glass that separated the lobby from the outside. If you line those two up, they would point in the direction of...
No way. No one could ever pull off a stunt like that. But you can. You can if you're Leo Shishigami, who says he can tell that a gun will hit him if he can see the bullet down the gun barrel.
And the same was true of Keith Kisaragi, the genius sniper. That was why he could tell they were looking at each other, through the bullet trail stretching between the parasol and the glass.
You've got charming eyes, Mr. Sniper.
The bullet fired from Leo's gun traveled along the path Keith's bullet had taken in the exact opposite direction. Keith could see it as it slowly approached him. There was also a cafe terrace by the park where Stella was shot. If he had let Stella see how calm he was and calmed her down, he could have gotten the parasol. He already knew the enemy's general position. With a single hole in the parasol, Keith also could have found the enemy's position.
Break 9, huh?
Fuck! Oh, yes! Holy shit. Oh, I got the adrenaline coursing through my veins.
So, you're old Amikawa's... I've hated embarrassing scenes like this ever since I was a kid. That's why I ran away from my family.
Oh my god, I am so happy they made it out. I don't think Keith is dead. If anything, he's probably gonna come back with a wicked eye patch, but if he's dead, holy fuck. Rose knew about old Amikawa. Rose herself was a resident of Itogawa, City 23's predecessor, and she had also come in contact with many City 23 Japanese businessmen as Madam. She knew all about the great works of old Amikawa. The three wandering dogs were in Wayne's car, following him. Leo was at the wheel of Jun's car with Wayne in the passenger seat. Rose and Jun were talking together in the back seat. The two of them hit it off right away. Then they spoke together of Rose's 3 years as City 23's representative. Jun understood all of what Rose was trying to do, as well as her heart and will. And at the same time, she showed signs of regret.
It's partly my fault that you were forced to suffer so much. No one else rose up, so you had to rise up. The more I hear, the more useless and pathetic I see myself. The will of my grandfather felt like a heavy burden, so I ran away from home. And yet, I couldn't leave the Dawn shopping district, which is blessed with my grandfather's name. Even though I was aware of the responsibility I was supposed to bear in that city, I kept running away. True. Maybe it is your fault that they call me Madame Rose.
When Wayne heard this, he sniffled. His eyes were red. Had never been born for the purpose of becoming one. All she had done was explain her ideals in a chaotic era where no one showed anyone the path to travel on. The people saw a light in what she said, and demanded that Rose stand at the front. Rose may have been a navigator that gave people hope, but she wasn't a captain. By now, even Julie understood this. The people came to Rose's defense saying there was no need for the captain to stand at the front and lead. But that was wrong. A captain needs to be prepared to hurt and be hurt. And it can't be a fleeting resolve that fades. Everyone pretends not to know, but they do. That's why no one wants to become the captain. That's right. Not even Jun, who had been taught this ever since she was very young. That was why everyone around Rose set her up as the madam. And Rose tried to respond to their expectations.
For a long time, no one could understand her pain and sadness. Ever since the time she fainted, and the others decided to support her more, they all slowly began to realize at last that this slender woman wasn't the sort of person who ought to be madam. She diligently tried to play the role of madam, which everyone around her demanded of her. But she was just a good-natured, frail woman.
I was a fool. All I did was respect and deify Madame Rose. I was nothing more than a chain binding her to the Madam's seat. Even though I served her so closely, how would I not realize? The elderly Wayne dabbed at his eyes and hung his head, exactly like the Wayne of all those years ago had done. I was a fool.
Don't blame yourself, Wayne.
Leo.
When the sun sets, the moon will rise. That's all this means.
That's what Leo Shishigami said.
When the sun sets, the moon will rise.
Sounds pretty cool. Oh, God!
Wow, that was a pretty serious punch. Well, that was actually quite hilarious. That was when we became friends. Of course, we didn't speak directly of passing on the title of Madam. But at that time, there can be no doubt that we were all sure of it. When the sun sets, the moon will rise. Sometimes when the sun is setting, the rising moon will be next to it in the same sky. During the brief span during sunset, when the sky goes from orange to purple, showing its most dramatic changes and combinations of color, its beauty can bring tears to people's eyes. Leo said that Wayne mistook these tears for tears of sadness. Leo said that this wasn't sad, it was beautiful.
Oh boy.
I understand your position, Rose.
When a phone call came from Rose, that fact alone was enough for Richard to understand the situation. Even Rose had undergone a rite of passage, her feud with Caleb, to gain the position of Madam. He realized that the time had come for the same thing to happen to him.
But couldn't we put it this way? This tragedy occurred because of your policy of dialogue with foreigners. Foreigners are foreigners. You can never interact with them. The Sea of Japan and the Pacific Ocean. We have only been able to remain ourselves so far because these two oceans cut us off from foreign nations. However, foreigners have crossed those oceans, laying foot in our land.
Eventually, the 21st century will come, and the future beyond that. A future will come where oceans are no longer a barrier to people. We can't avoid coexistence with foreigners.
Then that is precisely why we must become the ocean, Rose. Once, you likened Primavera to an eggshell, did you not? I am merely trying to make that a reality by the most direct methods imaginable.
Richard Kuhn, people cannot split the seas.
Then we merely have to dry up the seas. I'm sorry, Rose, but I imagine any more talking will just be a waste of time for both of us.
You won't change your position no matter what? Do you really believe that Stella and Yuji-kun want to see a great many people get hurt?
I'm surprised. So you can no longer hear Stella and Yuji's cries of regret.
This past year had been so brutal. The hearts of these two, who had once built up Primavera together, had grown so distant.
I have to stop you. For the sake of the future where the Japanese and foreigners can interact without discrimination, I cannot allow you to become the source for new troubles.
Even if you do stop me, do you have the willpower to lead our countrymen again? You don't have the willpower or the physical endurance. The time has already come for you to step down.
Yes, you're right. The time for me to step down has already come.
Didn't think you were aware of it. But if you understand, that's all that matters, Rose. Leave the rest to me and relax.
No. Even if I step down as Madam, there's one last job left for me to do.
And is that to defeat me?
After all, humanity is like water that always mixes. Who will be the next Madam? Deciding that is the final job left to any Madam.
Chapter 3, Sunrise, Sunset. And with that one phrase, we got the reason as to why that chapter was called that. That's pretty damn good. Also, I like how the roses have officially bloomed now. Quite beautiful in a way. Oh boy. I see. Well, there's no helping it. It's the job of us foot soldiers to dash forward when war breaks out, no matter who we're fighting.
Are you scared to have Leo as your enemy?
Scared? You mean me, the demon surgeon of the Imperial Army, Squad Commander Saimura Yutaka? After fighting a war against Yankee bombers that's covered the sky, do you really think I'd be scared of a single man?
Leo does seem to be a more formidable enemy than a bomber.
Bombers never joke around, and they never make use of bizarre cunning either. And they never do neat little tricks that make men fall in love.
Wait, excuse me? Oh, sorry.
Anyone would hesitate after hearing they'd have to face off against a legendary man. Simply hearing that Leo was their enemy would probably set quite a few powerful execs quivering. But if we've decided to move, we gotta move. Leave the rest to me. I know their methods. We won't let them get the better of us so easily. Please, Leo and the gang, get in contact with Meiju for God's sake. Come to think of it, everything started when Madame Rose rose up for Primavera's sake and defeated Caleb. And now she was rising up again, this time to defeat Primavera. She both raised and lowered the curtains on this story. Her tale of roses and guns was finally approaching a finale.
Let's have just one last feud, so that my era can end.
It's playing the theme! I'm sorry. I love this opening song so much.
Leo-kun, lend me your strength one last time.
Of course. No man can refuse an invitation from an attractive woman. Rose-san, I'll be by your side as well. But please don't misunderstand. I'm not following behind you. I came this far to see with my own eyes the same ideals you once saw. So please, as we move forward, let me see the same things you see, Rose-san.
Yeah. I'm glad, Wayne-kun. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I will spend the rest of my life with your ideals. Even Wayne knew what this fight was about. Damn it! Shedding the same tears he shed when he first witnessed the setting sun and rising moon. He grasped Rose's hand and made an oath.
The wandering dogs will stand at their boss's side, and we'll do it for Primavera. Thanks, everyone. Will you lend me your strength one last time?
We're all doing it for you and our countrymen. We can only become wolves when we're needed.
Boss, let us become wolves once again.
Yeah. Well said, you guys.
I'll be coming along with you. Shun, someone has to witness how you live at the end. To see what sort of woman you were, and what convictions you held when you disappeared. Until the day comes to speak of those things, someone has to engrave it into their heart. Thank you. And also, if I'm gonna steal the position of Madam from you, I need to be baptized myself. A baptism of lead bullets and the smell of gunpowder. Okay, let's take Primavera back.
The tale of Rose and Guns ends today.
Yeah, let's get started. Let's begin the tale of how these Rose Guns days end. Roll credits! What'll our first move be?
Bulk chest and shogi, you can't start until the pieces are lined up.
Yeah, let's gather our allies.
Final chapter, Rose Guns days. Oh my god, I'm hyped. Ooh. Ooh. Yes! Sorry. I'm losing my mind right now. Woo! Okay. A restaurant where the young wild dogs gather. Even with Wayne nowhere in sight, this is the base camp for those wolves of the alley. The base camp for James's crew, which goes by the same name. Massive profits generated by this casino form an essential part of Primavera's funding. Mero started as a songstress in this small shop. To her, this place is even more comfortable than Club Primavera itself. Come to think of it, there were a few women as unlucky as her. Simply because she was an old friend of Rose's, she was always very popular among villains. Even though they were supposed to be dead, they were not allowed to rest. However, Rose smiled Riley and asked to be spared this when her time came. Fuck it, bring them. I want them back. Bring them back to me. Sorry. Please, it's...
I see. So you'll finally be stepping down as madam, too. I'm sorry for being so selfish, even after you recommended me as madam.
That's okay. Caleb! It's never good to keep at it until the moment you croak.
True. After all, this guy here couldn't retire until Rose beat the stuffing out of him.
Okay, fine. Anyway, leave the old Satomi to me. Richard's been keeping us nice and fat lately. He probably won't take your side. However, that's only because the winds are blowing in that direction right now.
He's a cautious man. If it looks like you've got a 50% chance of winning, he'll adopt a wait-and-see attitude.
That geezer probably wants to continue profiting off of Tokyo. If he sees things tilting your way, not just 50-50, he'll even be willing to offer support, I imagine.
My man here will wait for the right timing. Leave it to us. We'll handle things skillfully so that the Satumi Alliance doesn't get in the way of your work. Amanda-san, Caleb-san, thank you so much.
Don't worry about it. We're ghosts of City 23. I may already be dead, but I've never forgotten the men suffering with base-level wages.
If only your methods weren't misguided, I'm sure you would have become a wonderful father, Caleb-san. If only he had enough talent to leave that job to a woman.
Ah, shut up! Not getting dizzied by things women say is another mark of a man's talent. God damn it, man. My boy! Oh god, I miss you, you psychotic bitch.
So, I hear your princess is quitting her job as madam.
If Rosan has made that decision, then it must be the right one. It's not your place or mine to butt in.
What'll you do, Wayne? Will you keep on following Rose like the dog you are?
I'm not like you.
Oh?
I was only won over by Rose-san's ideals and followed her will. Unlike you, I'm not going to follow her around all the time.
Nice one. Still, I'm a bit surprised. I thought you'd follow her to the grave.
Don't assume I'm like you.
True. Well, I guess you really aren't really a match for Leo.
Oh, shut up and die, damn it, Miguel. You're the one who lost to an old lady.
Excuse me? I'm sorry. That was an accident. Shall we try that again? Oh god, not again.
No, I'm good. Oh god, I missed you, man. I missed you so fucking much, Caleb. Especially you, Miguel. Oh god. I don't care if they were short, I miss them so much. Oh, that feels good. Sorry. I'm just unbelievably happy, okay? Woo. Okay. Okay. Several black cars stopped in front of the shop where the young wild dogs like to hang out. Out of them came Maurice's men.
Are the brats here?
Even though it was normally so noisy, the shop was completely quiet now. However, there were signs that people had been eating and drinking until a short while ago, and the manager was cleaning up all by himself.
Hey there, manager. The heck's going on here? What happened to Wayne's noisy brats?
That's my line. It's like all the rats suddenly moved out. A few brats came in, started whispering something, and everything went quiet. Then they all went and left without saying a word. That was creepy. What on earth happened?
So we were one step too slow.
The wild dog brats were only so-so when it came to handling guns, but they had incredibly keen noses. It'd be a pain to go up against these rats, who knew City 23 down to the bottoms of the boards covering up some sewer ditches. He had hoped to restrain the wild dogs before Wayne returned, but he'd apparently been one step too slow. Most likely, they'd received a message from Wayne and went into hiding. It'd be impossible to find them now. From now on, everything alley rats heard would go through Wayne, becoming information for Leo and Rose. The eerie feeling in this shop where all the people seemed to have evaporated. It was enough to make even a seasoned warrior like Maurice shiver.
Good. Shiver in fear.
Our enemy is Primavera. I won't force anyone to fight who isn't prepared.
That doesn't matter at all, boss.
We're the wild dogs. Who cares about Primavera?
You're our only boss. Always have been, always will be.
Well said, you guys. Starting today, your lives are in my hands. Wolves always reside in our souls, boss.
Please give us orders. You're the only boss of the wild dogs.
Okay, wolves. Hide your breathing. Hide throughout the city. And keep your eyes and noses keen for movement. In particular, look out for movement by Primavera execs. I want any kind of information, no matter how trivial.
Yes, boss!
You really are at your coolest when you're a wolf.
Of course, because that's what we are.
Oh, sorry. I am rich to bursting.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm glad, Leo. I can't believe you came to visit me first.
Technically, it's, whatever.
Judging by your face, I don't even have to tell you what my business here is, yeah? Of course, when your fortune's at its best, you can see the cards before you turn them over. I see. And what sort of cards can you see now? Yes. First, I see a Queen of Hearts. An unexpected card, one that I thought would be buried in the discard pile, never to be seen again. And besides that, a Joker. It was supposedly removed from the deck 3 years ago, but it seems to have slipped back in somehow. And whenever something extremely rare happens, what follows next? Oh, that's obvious. A jackpot. One that's been growing and growing for 3 years.
Ever since the war against Caleb, James had been won over by Leo's manly aura. And as a gambler, he valued fortune above all else. To him, Leo's bold smile was the same as a mark of victory. Damn, he's easy to win over. Lately, Richard's fortune has dropped considerably. Rose, Stella, he lost both of those goddesses of fortune, and his luck ran out when he got an irritating Reaper-like boy by his side.
No matter how smart men try to look, they're nothing more than the chorus. Unless they can get a cute girl for a lead singer, they'll never get the spotlight. I agree. I finally see that this man's lack of contact with women caused his plummeting fortune. And what about you? Where's your goddess of fortune?
Ah, there's no need for concern there. I'm more than covered in that regard. James immediately decided to join Rose's side. Of course, it was in exchange for a high post and authority after the feud ended. With that as a given, he now wanted to play as big a role as he could, putting Rose further in his debt. No, to put it in James's terms, he was willing to bet everything on a battle he knew he could win.
Would you be willing to leave this in my hands? If you give me time, I can erode the support provided by several powerful execs. How much can you do? Quite a lot. I'll accomplish something large enough to affect personal matters in the reborn Primavera. Oh, and how much are you shooting for? The next grand boss.
Oh my god. He's aiming high! Alright, let's go pay a visit to everybody's favorite best potato girl. Come to think of it, there were few women as unfortunate as her. Simply because she was an old friend of Rose's, she was always very popular among villains.
There's no helping it. I've learned to accept it.
Claudia shrugged with a forced smile, then locked up her shop and put up a sign indicating that it was closed for business. Rose was about to cross blades at Primavera. When that happened, it was possible that someone would come to take Claudia hostage, like during the Caleb days. Oh, I don't doubt it. She's playing smart. She's playing very smart right now. She decided to leave the shopping district for a while to take advantage of Rose's protection.
It's not easy to play the part of a princess in a tragedy.
Yeah, it'd be so sad if something happened like 3 years ago. But don't worry. Everyone in the shopping district will protect the Kuroimo.
Indeed! Leave it to us! We'll chase off those punks!
You're really reliable, President of the Yamapan. Are you gonna beat up those punks with that frying pan and ladle you're holding?
Wait, ladle? The most powerful weapon in Dark Souls?
Of course! I'll go wild with these!
Hey, like totally! We're back! Like totally! Is Claudia Kurosaki-chan there?
No, she isn't! Blech.
Hey, Miss Kimono! I hear you're Claudia! And I hear you're Madame Rose's friend! Like totally! Won't you come with us for a Bambia hostage? Like totally!
Hey, President! Time to go wild with that frying pan and ladle!
Enemy craft approaching! Enemy craft approaching! To arms! To arms, everyone!
I don't have a frying pan on me to where I can make the clanging noise. If I did, you know I'd be doing it.
Somehow I knew that's what he'd use them for.
Good, you bitch! Don't tell me you plan on getting in my way. Like totally.
Then what are you gonna do about it? You sure talked up for someone who came to take a woman hostage.
Are you vile punks back again? Go everyone, let's down the whole gang and beat up the stuffing out of them.
Whoa, there's a whole bunch more of them now. Like totally.
Let's go. Today we've got a special sale running here at the Dawn Shopping District. You get 3 extra punches for free.
Yes! Tear them up! Spare them no quarter! Whew. Strike them right in the pride!
Oh boy. Oh, damn it. Whew. That's my second hit. Okay. Whew. I was too slow on the right click.
Ah, that felt great. I can close up shop without any regrets.
I showed up a bit too late, but it looks like that wasn't a problem.
Of course. Feels great to go wild after so long.
In that case, Leo-san, I'm in your care.
First off, Madame Rose has invited you to a tea party. Your hand, please, mademoiselle.
Yeah. Keeping it classy, my boy. Oof, that 66% looks bad. 2 more percent, that would have been a failing grade. Alright. The Black Cat and First Star. let's go get Meryl. Let's get another one of our favorite best girls.
Welcome back, Madam Meryl.
The shop really is the best. I guess I just feel more relaxed.
Hey, Meryl-chan, long time no see. Well, since you made it big, we've been so lonely.
Oh, if you just ask for an encore, I'll come back whenever you like.
After responding to the cheers of her old regular customers with a kiss, Meryl disappeared into the back of the shop, protected by her guards. There was a green room in the back. That small area was practically a girl's dressing room. Even the guards chose not to follow her in there. Of course, they had sworn loyalty to Madame Meryl, but their oath of loyalty to the Consigliere was even stronger. When Meryl really wanted to talk in secret, she had to nonchalantly get rid of them. In the corner of the room, Zella and Nina were waiting, and they rose to their feet when they saw Meryl.
You guys really did great this time. Excellent job bringing Rose back. Where's Rose now? Somewhere safe, right? Yes. Leo-san and Wayne-san are with her. Please don't worry about a thing. Here's a letter from Madame Rose. Of course. I didn't need her to tell me that. Hey, everyone listen up!
The women in the changing room listened with serious faces. The customers and guards probably just thought they had been gathering songstresses from other shops. That wasn't true. These were all execs and contacts from the various factions of ladies of the evening. Oh, she's got the big wigs. Normally, their pride made them look at each other with suspicion all the time. However, judging by their normal behavior, you would never have guessed how strongly they could unite when the going got tough. Meryl explained Rose's instructions to them all. And so, at that moment, the entire information and action web of Primavera's women was in Rose's hands. Half of the world is night, and half of the world is made up of women. By combining these two aspects, these ladies of the evening would serve as Rose's eyes and ears. However, the instant the piano solo ended and applause rang out, those tense faces relaxed and looked confident. And so, the songstresses left the changing room with smiles, ready for their next job as though nothing out of the ordinary had happened.
Let's do it, Rose. After all, Primavera belonged to the ladies of the evening from the beginning. Let's take it back from those men who play Mafia all day.
Oh, she got the guns! Delightful.
We should probably head to Chinatown. Let them know what's going on.
Welcome, Madame Rose. It's an honor to meet you, young lord. And now, I have finally had a chance to greet you. It truly did take a long time, but I wouldn't say it was too late. In fact, perhaps we should say that you just made it in time.
Rose finally succeeded in making contact with Sun Qilong. Of course, this would be necessary to avoid a feud between Primavera and the GDS, but that wasn't all. It would be impossible to ignore this group if they wanted to retake Primavera from Richard. Of course, making contact with Rose was exactly what the GDS wanted right now. They were especially glad that Rose believed in the GDS's innocence, undistracted by those strange letters. Since Butler's rescue had ended in failure, and their backing was gone, with Boshing Bang dealing with internal struggles, this was the first good news in a long time. Meiju? But in actual fact, at this point in time, she hadn't found proof that the GDS were innocent. To put it in a way that would annoy men, she had trusted the GDS based solely on women's intuition. To be fair, women's intuition tends to be pretty damn correct sometimes. Though Udera only learned about that part later, and turned pale when he did. However, from a woman's perspective, there were many factors that made the GDS unthinkable as the culprits. After all, if Lee Meiju really had planned to assassinate Primavera's execs, he wouldn't have used such pathetic and flashy means. Exactly! They're ignoring the factor of what Meiju's character is. He's sneaky. He's an accomplished assassin. He would have done things to where it could be easily swept under the rug, and more professional, for God's sake. He has standards, essentially, is what I'm trying to get at. Men prefer evidence you can see above all else, and that's a correct way of thinking. However, when leaders make decisions, they don't always have data allowing for such conclusive judgment. At times like that, men depend so much on evidence that they latch onto any suspicious thing that claims to be evidence. Women are different. They look at their interactions with that person in the past, slowly building up data to reach a conclusion. As a result, she was now certain that the GDS weren't guilty, but it would probably be quite difficult to get a man like Richard to understand. Of course. This all sounds really useful to know. And the same thing goes in reverse. After trust slowly builds up during normal times, you can then trust people without evidence when the going gets tough. Building trust with foreign races is extremely difficult. However, over a long period of time, she underwent various hardships to let that trust grow. Without that, she would have had nowhere to turn, and she probably wouldn't have been able to join the fight in the first place.
Leo, I'm glad you've returned.
Attractive men always need to keep improving.
You should talk. Pardon me, but it looks as though you've gotten sunburned.
If you got any complaints, tell them to the hot girl in the bikini. She probably didn't put on enough sunscreen.
Could you introduce me to that lady there, with whom I'm not yet acquainted?
Ni hao. Your Japanese is great.
Ooh, quite a spirited woman she is. Welcome, miss. Welcome to the GDS. My name is Lee Meiju. I serve as the leader of Small Rock Chinatown.
I know. I'm Jun Amakawa of the Dawn Shopping District.
Amakawa? Of the Dawn Shopping District?
Yep. I'm that Amakawa's granddaughter.
My. Quite an unexpected appearance of a noble lady.
Apparently, Meiju also knew old Amakawa's name. And he seemed to understand how much influence the name of Amakawa would have on Japanese society in City 23.
If Madame Rose chose you as an ally, then I see. It seems the next Primavera will be quite formidable.
Leo was from Edogawa, but he didn't actually know much about old Amakawa. It was only natural. Old Amakawa was a man from the world of business. There were probably many ordinary city folk who hadn't heard his name. However, most Japanese businessmen knew it. It would probably be quite useful to have them impressed with the Jun from the outset. The mere fact that Rose had started as a lady of the evening meant that it took some time before people started to accept her ideals. It had taken extraordinary effort for her to exert influence on the realms of distribution and politics. However, since that hurdle was already cleared for Jun by default, she certainly was well suited for the position of madam. Once, Rose had thought about passing down influence, wealth, and force to her future countrymen, in the form of Primavera. By now, both she and Leo realized that this wasn't only a long-term and roundabout plan. Jun would inherit Primavera and the position of Madam from Rose. It wasn't because Rose was lacking. It was merely because someone more suitable had appeared. And eventually, Jun would probably also look at her age and strength and choose to pass the position on to someone more suitable. They felt sure that this was what it meant to pass these things on to their future country.
Our GDS would be overjoyed to see Primavera return to being the friendly organization it once was. We promise not to do anything that will stand in your way, Madam Rose.
Thank you very much, young lord. I would like to gain that same understanding and support from forces in other cities as well.
Of course, we will be gracious in offering support, but it will require a significant amount of money.
I understand. I'll take care of that myself.
Can you actually arrange for it, now that you have been practically removed from your position as Primavera's madam?
Well, if I couldn't even do that much, it wouldn't be possible for you to take our side in the first place, right?
Meiju, it seems she wins this round. Yes. I apologize for speaking out of turn.
I'm fully aware of the delicate situation the GDS is in. So, I have no intention of trying to force you to assist us beyond obtaining a promise of complete non-interference. If the worst happens, and Richard and I end up bringing each other down, I would like to leave the fate of our countrymen in State 23 to you, Meiju-san.
What a bold decision.
The Japanese can no longer survive without interacting with foreigners. If they accept your rule, then a new Sino-Japanese order will be born from this land. But if they cannot accept your rule, then someone else will rise and espouse new ideals. That is the self-will of a people, which would sprout naturally among them, even without me.
The heavens always select the dragon. If you truly are a chosen dragon, then surely it is unnecessary even to argue the issue. Madam Rose, you will simply accomplish what you can. Nothing more, nothing less. Considering our position, we cannot assist you in any way, but there is one way alone that we can assist you. We will not interfere in any manner with the dragon you are trying to create. Meiju, perhaps we should use this as a chance to completely wipe clean the slate between us and Primavera. I agree. Both what we owe and what we are owed. Perhaps we should wipe them all out this one time, so that we can build up a new relationship with the new Primavera. Miss Jun Amikawa, we look forward to the day that when we can call you Madam Jun.
I'm the one who's grateful.
And so, to return our relationship to a blank slate, let us erase all debts between us.
Alan!
Alan-kun.
What is it, Aniki?
Brother, the time has come to give you back to Primavera.
You don't have to make it sound so dull, but I'm grateful. Looks like I'll finally be able to settle things with Keith. You're Japanese? You're Leo Shishigami, the legendary man? Which legend do you mean? Is this about that time I ate 8 bowls of udon for lunch? I'm Alan Aramaki. I was up in Siberia. I'm Leo Shishigami. I went south. You seem pretty capable. That's my line. Looks like the rumors about you were true. Leo and Alan shook hands firmly. That's all that seemed to be happening from the sidelines. But perhaps they were both appraising each other in a way only they could tell. Apparently that handshake was enough for each to tell that the other possessed considerable skill.
Shaolon.
What is it? Does it involve the sweet cakes? You better be granting me more of them.
You lend a hand as well.
Only in exchange for multiple sweets whenever I get back.
If you say so, Meiju-sama.
She spoke!
I thought we were erasing all debts.
That is precisely why. She stole 3 of Alan-kun's mooncakes. We won't be even until she works enough to pay them off.
She's like a cat, happy as long as you keep feeding her mooncakes.
Ow! I told you not to say that.
A human being won't just swipe someone's mooncakes.
Well, shut up. You did not guard them enough efficiently, so therefore they're mine.
If you just steal them, you're like an animal.
Call me an animal one more time, and I'll shove a mooncake right up your ass.
Shut up, you! Ow! You wanna have a go?
Bring it on, filthy man-beast.
What dependable reinforcements. And after you said you'd erase all debts.
This much doesn't rise to the level of a debt to me. This is merely free love given from cultural parents to their children.
But, you know, kids always surpass their parents. If you keep patronizing us, we'll give you a taste of your own medicine someday.
If you think you can surpass us, then please do try.
Oh yeah, sure thing. Don't underestimate the Japanese. That sort of strength is the thing I want most.
I can understand it well now.
Wayne-kun?
when she becomes madam, protect her and support her, like you did for me.
Of course. No matter who I serve, as long as they have the ideals you found, it'll be the same as if I'm continued serving you, Rose-san.
Yeah. My ideals and yours will always be the same.
Yes, Rose-san. From that day on, Wayne always stood by Jun's side, not Rose's. Oh.
Hey there.
Oh, have you already started?
Lots of people don't get it, but alcohol is something you drink alone when you feel like it. People who can't drink unless other people are around are like brats who can't take a piss without an escort.
Then I guess I'll do what I feel like doing now.
You've gotten fat.
You've gotten thin. Isn't it about time you started living a bit more easily instead of fighting your age?
Oh?
When we were young, we had the confidence and endurance to overcome any situation. But neither of us is young anymore. It's about time we learned to choose our battles.
So, you're telling me to learn how to switch over to a more smoothly sailing ship?
Go down with a sinking ship. Such a fate certainly sounds cool, doesn't it?
Nah, I've got no interest in that sort of thing.
I wonder. It looks to me like you're drunk on the drama of a lost cause.
A gambler can't understand the soul of a soldier.
True. As a gambler, I can't understand why you're so uninterested in raising your chances for victory.
With their backs almost facing each other, they both lifted shot glasses at the same time.
You call me here just so I could listen to you complain?
Not at all. I only have interest in winning horses.
Oh? I'm honored to live up to your standards.
What do you say? Would it be so bad, every now and then, to let me trick you into getting a winning on a winning horse?
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Maurice wore a clueless smile. Don't play dumb. You've encountered this stink before, haven't you? The one that makes you know a losing war is coming? You know what I mean.
Come to think of it, stink like the Caleb bear has been annoying my nose lately. So, how do I become this winning horse of yours, or whatever?
A rich bamboo. Your battalion. They're practically Primavera's left and right wheels. If either is lacking, it can't run smoothly.
So, you're suggesting that both sides start slacking off together?
During the Caleb era, you misjudged your timing. Because Cyrus held you in high regard, you were fortunate enough to avoid losing your position. However, do you really think it'll go smoothly next time? You used Wayne's brats as human sacrifices, right?
Don't make it sound so bad. I simply gave those young men an opportunity.
But who knows what Wayne will think of it. What I mean is that you won't get any more second chances. If you don't get on the winning horse this time, it really will be game over. Won't you put yourself in my hands this one time? I know full well what you're worth, and I can explain it to them as well.
So, you're telling me to take Rose's side this time?
I'll coordinate matters to avoid wounding your pride. Yes, call this shogi. You've been taken by me, and you're now in my hand. You fought bravely, that's all. Your pride will not be harmed. And the next time you make your appearance, you'll reappear as our ally. Leave everything to me. I'll take full care to avoid wounding your soldier's soul. Won't you pretend that I've tricked you, and leave yourself in my hands?
How much are you offering?
Just what I'd counted on. I'll give you 100,000 as a deposit. When it's all over, I'll give you 1 million.
Give me 1 million first.
Well, if you promise to work hard enough for all that, then I'm sure they won't hesitate to invest in you.
Damn! Very well. It's a deal.
Hey, sounds like someone's getting a pretty good deal here.
Hi there, Keith. So you came too? I heard Destiny caught up with you and Leo shot you the other day.
I've just got the luck of the devil.
The miraculous bullet fired by Leo had gone through the hole in the parasol and the hole in the glass, going straight down the scope of Keith's gun. I'm surprised he's still alive, but hey, if Keith's head had been there at the time, he probably would have met the same fate as his gun. However, an instant before, he had moved his head just in time, as though a Reaper had grabbed him by the collar.
Still, luck with money's something I know nothing about. James-san, if you got a plan to rake in some dough, let me in on it too, okay?
Oh, so you'd like a piece of the action.
Richard-san's on the decline. I don't exactly make a hobby of standing around on sinking ships.
This is a sudden change. Now there's a surprise. You're telling me! I never thought I'd hear that coming from you.
Is it that surprising? I've always thought of myself as pretty cold-blooded.
Quite an interesting card has shown itself. I can't let such a card pass me by.
How much are you gonna bet on me?
You are Richard's aide, and your ability to share your opinion with him without fear puts you in a valuable position. Maurice and Keith, if Richard were betrayed by those two, it'd be just like the Emperor's new clothes.
So, what do you got for me?
Keith stroked James's hand that rested on the counter. Awkward. James lifted one finger, and after looking at Keith, added two more. Of course, this is a deposit. Depending on how you work, I intend to pay you as much as I'm offering Maurice.
Nice. Not bad at all. I'm sort of happy to know you value me that highly, James-san.
Keith kept stroking the back of James's hand. He might have wanted James to raise one more finger. Hey, now, begging won't get you any more.
Richard-san is the Emperor without clothes, huh? I think I like it. Then I guess that makes you the clown without clothes, right?
Huh? As Keith's hand rubbed James's, he suddenly stuck his fingernails in, pressing that hand against the counter. Keith's other hand, which was raised high, held a knife. Yep. The knife was plunged in the back of James's right hand, piercing the flesh and reaching as far as the counter. Maurice, who had circled behind James at some point, wrapped a thin rope he had been holding around James's neck and pulled. Fucking knew it. James tried to resist, but he could only move one of his hands.
During the Caleb era, you were the very first one to sell the family out. We know you. You were planning to reach out to dozens of people after us and grind this organization down, right?
Well, tough luck. Coming here with no idea you'd be killed. You really are a clown without clothes.
Don't think we're losing ground in everything. After all, tonight, a lot of people who look like they'd follow Rose are being erased.
What?
Damn it. Remember this. No one will accept you now that you've betrayed Madame Rose.
Rose is a rose without petals have already fallen. For you bad boys who can't swear allegiance to Richard, here's a goodbye party from me.
Long live Madame Rose.
I see. Good work. Yeah? No changes in plan. Do it. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I've already got a sick feeling I know what they're going to do. I've already got like a sick fucking plan. I think I've already know what they're doing. They just said that they're killing everybody that might side with Rose. I have a very sick feeling they're probably going to try to kill people like Caleb and Meryl and... Oh, God.
Of course not. Anyone who no longer hears Stella's and Yuji's cries of regret, no matter who they may be, is no longer one of our comrades.
So, we're going to take out Meryl too?
Since she never chose to swear more loyalty to me than to Rose, there's no helping it.
Understood. Damn it, no! No!
Meryl, run!
Out of the way!
Madam Meryl, your time is up, like totally!
Don't take this personally. It's an order from the Consigliere.
Huh? What's going on? Like, totally!
It isn't Meryl. This is the mannequin wearing her clothes.
What the hell, man? Are they taking us for fools? Like, totally?
The mannequin wearing Meryl's dress was torn apart by bullets and fell over with a clunk. On the mannequin's head, someone had scribbled a mocking face with its tongue sticking out. Smart.
Meryl, I'm so glad you're safe. Sneaky for a man sounds like a hurricane to a woman. Don't think you can kill the great Meryl Chan-sama so easily.
Meryl dove into Rose's chest. However, her face was covered in tears. A reunion that really just needed to happen.
I barely managed to escape, but tonight, a lot of Primavera's friends were probably killed. All the execs who awaited Rose's return without being swayed by Richard's violent speeches. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Incredible that they'd move this fast.
Our comrades went around telling people, but not everyone made it. To think he could make such a ruthless decision with such speed. The Consigliere is a terrifying person.
You should probably take it to mean we aren't the only ones ready to fight seriously.
So, he just took out all the execs that look like they might betray him? I don't like it. People and subordinates are treasures. I can't stand seeing people treated like that. Yeah, seriously. And I'm sure a lot of people have lost patience with the Consigliere. Let's avenge them. And bring an end to this. Yeah, I know. There's no time for crying. We've got to put a stop to Primavera's mistakes and end this rampage.
Jeez. Still, what are we gonna do now? We've even lost James, son of the rich bamboo. James is a reliable man when it came to money. With him gone, funding's going to be a problem.
That guy was just itching to earn some credit. I'm sure he got in over his head trying to cut down support from their execs and got cut down himself instead. And he was such a good person, too.
His gambler's nature got the better of him. It proves he put his life on the line to bet on the card representing us.
And it's a shame. He was a man who always remembered to bring the humor that's so essential at times like these.
They killed him. We'll kill them. Money, is it? The GDS had promised to do some political maneuvering with various parties, but that was assuming Rose could provide the money. No matter how many guns and bullets they had, they couldn't win this war without a political moat arranged for beforehand. Arranged, sorry. I'm getting lightheaded, unfortunately. Even if they defeated Richard, City 23 would be torn to bits by invasions from forces in other cities.
Money isn't something you need to worry about. I may not look it, but I'm pretty influential with businessmen. I'll be able to drag a bit out of them. Thanks, Jun. I'm glad, but the sentiment alone is more than enough. Funding in the criminal underworld needs to be provided by underworld money. We can't borrow money from people of the day. Then what are you gonna do? Without money, we can't launch a war, even if we could win. And I thought we didn't have time to gather money at our convenience. Not now, when the anniversary of those deaths is approaching, and Richard could give the go sign for a funeral war at any moment.
Money. Something an idiot like me can't do anything about. You can't make it unless you're clever like James.
Hey, Wayne? Didn't we make a promise? When Stella died, we promised we'd stop being stupid.
What?
You see, starting that day, I gave up being an idiot. I studied a whole bunch.
Meryl pulled something out of a purse in her pocket. Inside was a bank book? A bank book for a bank account. On it were numbers with a lot of zeros behind them.
Whew! Just how many cruises could you afford to buy for your next date?
What's this, Meryl? That's a lot of money.
I told you, right? I stopped being an idiot.
Immediately after becoming Madam, Meryl had set up a clever dual bookkeeping system. Then, she had spectacularly misled Richard's inspections, snatching away a portion of the total sales from clubs of ladies of the evening.
You sneaky lady, you devilish woman.
Basically, ever since that day Stella died, I totally predicted that something like this might happen.
Nice.
We swore to stop being idiots, right? I studied dual bookkeeping super hard.
Look at all this money. It's gonna be worth.
I swear to God, if you say Nikomana, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. Okay, enough of trying to measure money by how much Nikomana can buy already.
This should be more than enough to ask the GDS to do a little maneuvering. And it should buy us as much as we'll need in weapons and ammunition, of course.
It's time to see me in a new light now.
Thank you, Meryl.
With this, we can start serious preparations for war.
Then Aniki Meiju should be able to line up a whole bunch of war toys in his toy shop.
I don't know. This might be able to buy me a ridiculous amount of mooncakes.
We should probably hurry. Otherwise, Monkey Girls here are gonna spend all of our money on mooncakes. Ow! Hey, I thought you couldn't speak Japanese!
No, but I could easily tell what you were saying.
Ow, God, don't scratch me!
Yes! Bring them all together!
My three boys.
Hey there, Consigliere Silvio. You seem to be in high spirits as always.
And you always seem to be hale and hearty yourselves, Zilong-sama. We must allow us of the Orlando brothers family to express our joy.
The matter I wish to discuss is something a man as wise as you probably already knows.
You mean C-23?
That's right. Let me be direct. For the near future, I would like you to avoid getting involved with C-23 no matter what happens. Of course, we of the GDS will not get involved either.
That was our unwritten rule that it's okay to bite someone on the flank the moment they let their guard down. You're telling me to shut my eyes such a chance, and of course.
I intend to make it worth your while. A consigliere.
And if I say no?
Well, if you do, then we of the GDS will oppose you with all our strength to save our countrymen in C-23 from needless chaos.
Good. A manly answer like that gets you full marks, Zilong-sama. The Orlando Brothers family promises to watch over the fate of C-23 as a spectator. Yes!
Come, we have all sorts and styles. Here's a wide selection from the cutting edge of Chinese military weaponry.
Get lots of bullets. For guns, go with what you're used to. When you can, choose guns that use the same type of bullets.
There's a former combat instructor for you.
Yep. I'm always ready to teach girls hand in hand, arm in arm, and...
Leo tried to touch Zel's butt, but she twisted his arm upward. God damn it. However, Leo splendidly twisted that arm, and the two of them moved impressively. Nina, you're gonna stick with that like usual?
It just suits me better. I can't handle a bulky gun.
You haven't changed, but that's good. Choose something you're used to.
Line them all up, boys! And ladies!
It's been a long time since I've used a gun. I hope I'm still as sharp as I was. Rumor has it you're a damn good shot. Have you used guns before, Jin-san? Well, this will be the first time, other than shooting into the air to scare off punks.
Though she said that, she was pretty good at using them. In her spirited, man-like way, she even put men to shame when it came to shooting. Unlike a target shooting game, gunfights require courage as much as good handling of weapons. Jun-san, if something happens to you, this whole war will be pointless.
Thanks for caring. But this is a purification ritual to be done so I can be accepted as the new madam. Even you won't accept me as madam unless I'm doused in gunsmoke, right?
I like it.
Wayne-kun, please take care of Jun.
Of course. I'll do it even at the cost of my life.
Quit trying to show off, kid. We gotta inherit something huge from Madame Rose. We don't have the time to start slacking off and dying as early as this.
Yes, madam. Yeah. We can't die at a time like this.
Now that's incredible! So this is that toy shop from the rumors.
Hey, sorry we're late.
I didn't think you'd really come.
Yeah, I couldn't turn down an invitation from you. Rose, Tomi has decided to give you his backing.
Caleb-san, thank you so much.
He'll act neutral on the outside. So basically, I've been kicked out of his group.
Which means no matter what we do, the Satomi Alliance has nothing to do with it. Wow, imagine Father Caleb siding with Madame Rose.
Are you Jun? I heard about you from Rose. I see. You're a lot like my dead wife. Still, you're the accepted successor of the only woman I've ever accepted as a leader. I've got no choice but to acknowledge you.
I haven't forgotten how much suffering you brought to the people of this city. I can't forgive you, but if your spirit is like Rose described it, then I'll give you credit on that one point.
I see. You got balls. I think I can get to like you too.
Oh, I'm so happy. Now there's a sight to see. It's like an all-star team of legendary villains from City 23's Underworld.
Do you know why Madame Rose was accepted, whereas Richard was not?
Probably because she's not racist against foreigners.
Well, yes, kind of, but...
Is it about having a moral code?
Madame Rose applied that code to us, and even Caleb. Even when our position was difficult, she trusted us without harboring unnecessary suspicions. In the underworld, you're allowed to eat each other alive when you show the slightest weakness, but those with moral codes are respected.
Maybe our concilier didn't pay enough attention to that part.
The victors and losers of this war can be seen even now, before the fight begins.
Yeah, maybe. Better eat all these mooncakes or else I'm going to get hungry during the skirmish. Maybe, but how can you be that relaxed about it? And don't eat with your mouth open. Don't tell me what to do, monkey. Hey, Aniki Meiju! This girl totally understands Japanese, doesn't she?
Well, I can't say I don't remember not teaching her.
Did you or didn't you?
I'm sorry. I need... Oh my god. Sorry, we're tackling this full steam in the next episode. I need a breather. That is enough for me. Oh my god. Everybody's gathered. Oh, shit's about to go down. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And there's some really fucking good music playing right now. Ending it there. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh my god!